flex me a bad body. So it's another one, yeah. It's a first one, yeah. Oh, it's another one, yeah.
Yes, how's it going?
Good evening. I'm excited. I can't help myself. This is iBoxingHub with my fellow host, yours truly Trey, our sister Aisha, our brother Ra, and Rico should be joining us soon.
Evening all, viewers, family, all of you. Great seeing you.
Yeah, it's good to obviously see you. New Year's Eve. Obviously, Aisha, it's obviously good to have you on the show as well. It's good to have the whole family to celebrate 500 subs. So thank you guys for your support. Thank you for constantly just, being there with the channel. We obviously do this content, not just for, for our subs, but we just do it for the boxing world. We're all passionate about what we do. And we've got a really, really special show planned for you guys. This is the end of year roundup. So thank you, Dave, for joining us today.
Dave, and in case people don't know, Dave's my colleague over at Punch Out, the founder of Punch Out Boxing, the man who's been getting me into all these big shows. So big up, Dave.
Big up, Dave. And big up Yems talking boxing. He's back. So big up. Loving the energy already. Rico's obviously going to be running late. Palamos is in. So look, I'm just excited to just go through this tremendous show. Before we go live, I just wanted to just give a quick shout out to our Heyman behind the cameras. And you know what? Let's get it. Instead of going from the beginning, I'm going to actually go backwards. So, guys, I'm going to put out there, what is your event of the year? I'm going to start off with Aisha. I think that's an easy one, isn't it, for Aisha? But
it's a really easy one. I don't know if anyone's going to say anything other than our Riyadh season, Day of Reckoning. I mean, is there anything else that you can really say that's going to top that? I doubt it.
Rob?
Come on, guys. You know I always go off key with my predictions, and this is no different. You think I'm going to finish the year, going off script? No, genuinely, as I was talking to my colleague Dave the other day when we did our roundup of the year, I think he was surprised as well. But no, for me, I always go by my personal interest. And for me, my favorite event of the year was the Usyk v Dubois fight in Wrocław, Poland. Reason being, it was midsummer, a lovely new town. I was very pleasantly surprised with Wrocław. Poland, I went out there thinking it's going to be a grim, former communist town, dull as dishwater, all of that. No, Wrocław's a really nice historic town. There was just that summer holiday vibe about the place. Everyone was out enjoying themselves. The Ukrainian fans came out to give Usyk his homecoming, and the atmosphere on fight night was brilliant. So just the whole vibe for those few days was really, for me, a much more enjoyable event. Riyadh season was a tremendous event in terms of costs, that they, no expense spared. The production value was amazing, all of that. But let's be real, boxing is new to Saudi Arabia. The fans there don't yet really understand boxing. They don't have any of their own local fighters to get behind yet. It's still in its infancy, so certainly not criticizing it. But again, just from my personal experience, the whole vibe around Usyk v Triple D, that was for me the event of the year. And of course, it was the first time the RnR Hour went international, and I think a lot of the fans enjoyed that, live from Wrocław town centre. So that's my one.
No, big up to you. Cuz, what is your event of the year? I'm interested in knowing.
I would say there's two. I don't know, Battle of the Baddest and Day of Reckoning, because both of the events was electrifying. It was good. Everyone delivered. and there was a few upsets, especially in the last event. So I'm gonna say Day of Reckoning #1 and number 2 Battle of the Baddest.
Oh, that's fair. I can't even lie, that is fair. And look, I got to agree with you three. In terms of the Day of Reckoning, we dubbed it as the WrestleMania of boxing. So for me, that has to be the event of the year. I also have to agree with Ra and yourself, Chris, the Battle of the Baddest, and also that event in Poland as well. Just the fact that we had the RnR Hour in that sort of experience. And this is where we got Rico. Rico, you actually landed at a good time. You know why? I'm going to ask you what your event of the year is, mate. What is your event
Day
of
of
the year?
Reckoning. Day of Reckoning, definitely.
Woo! He's gone with the Day of Reckoning. He's gone with it. Now, big up to you.
There's so many, but that one for me, that one, and just probably Spence Crawford, just because it was just a combination of years and years and years of an ass whipping that was coming. For years and years and years, we waited for this ass whipping. I did anyway. And yeah, it was great.
It was horrible for me. I can't even lie. It was horrible for me.
I know it was, man. Do you know what it is?
Big up to you, Rico, man. Big up to you, brother, man.
I know we have like a lot of banter. We have an exceptional amount of banter, especially in the group chat and stuff. But you know, I love you, bro, and I respect everybody here, and I love you guys too. But a win is a win.
It was horrible. It was horrible. Obviously, Rico, you up for yesterday as well. The watch along with Jamie, TKV, and was absolutely tremendous. So thank you so much for the work. Yemston Boxing is obviously saying worst fight of the year is a Coley versus Smith.
But
what's your
Craig, Yems, you're right. The fight itself was dire, but as an event, again, from a personal point of view, remember Rico?
It was amazing. It was amazing.
You know, some of the boys from No Smoke, we all met up. It was Bournemouth, the beach, summertime, opportunity for us to get shirts off. Then we went for lunch, and you know, a fight like that, when it's in the stadium, you're watching live. Believe you me, it doesn't suck as bad as watching it on TV because you're absorbed in the atmosphere. Because Chris Billum Smith's fans were like obviously roaring him on. You know, it doesn't suck as bad, and you know, again, just us being part of the event. You know, we had access to like the media room there at Bournemouth's ground. So as an event for us that night,
they even had food. They even had food out. I was like, wow.
Yeah, free food as well.
This is what it's like for every event, mate. Sign me up.
Look, Ra, you got a bit of a compliment here. Sorry, Rico, but Ra's looking like the next James Bond. I think so as well. I agree.
I agree as well. I agree. Ra has mad riz, man. Ra has crazy riz, as the kids say. Riz.
Hey, you know, got to give our fans what they want. So
that's what I'm saying. Our fans want RnR, so these two are here. You know what? Let's go to the next topic just very quickly. Robbery of the year, guys. Aisha, I want you to just start us off. What do you think? I'm
gonna say Daniel Dubois Usyk. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Rico like that.
Yeah, you done it. No. Why are you going for that? Why are you going for that? It would be good to hear.
You know why. You know why. We all know why that was a robbery. Okay.
Oh man.
Listen, I don't even want to go into a rant because obviously I got another 15 minutes with you guys. And I do have to bounce, but yeah, 1,000,000%. You know why, Trey? They screwed that man.
Oh man, that's absolutely shocking for my show. I'm disappointed. I'm joking.
No.
It's true, right? It's true.
Big up. I love the honesty. Big up to you. And Ayaz Mahmood had to jump on quickly. Salam team, big up to you. Thank you so much. Cuz, what you saying, Cuz? What you saying? What is your robbery of the year?
Ngannou.
Oh yeah.
Garner and Fury.
Yes, sir. Yes. Right, what you saying?
For me, it was Barroso. You know me, I'm team 40 plus. You know, middle-aged
I mean,
guys
25.
teaching youngsters something. And they wanted Rolly to be fed to Ryan, so they made sure Barroso didn't get that belt. And so Rolly then, of course, found he had to fight O'Hara and bitched out. So that's a complete mess. Ridiculous stoppage. I think De La Hoya's team told the referee make sure the right guy gets the win because we got a big fight lined up. But yeah, hopefully O'Hara will teach him a lesson and do what's necessary in a couple of days. That big fight ain't happening. So that was the one for me. Barroso, middle-aged guys once again getting pushed aside for these undeserving youths. So yeah,
it's disgusting.
No, it's a good shout. Rico, what are you saying? What's your robbery of the year, my brother? Do not say Daniel Dubois. No, it's been said already.
No, like that's really cool because I was gonna say that off the rip. I'll be real. Robbery of the year, probably. No, probably Maxi Hughes. I think either Maxi Hughes Cambosis or I think that one the Fury fight, and obviously Triple D. That was just scandalous behavior by everyone involved.
Yeah, absolutely horrible. Lucy, we absolutely agree. Cambosis, Hughes for you. I think there was another comment as well. By the way, Game in Despair, thank you so much for joining. By the way, I just heard that Tank's trainer is facing some charges. Look, if you're bringing some news to us, it's right here, man. So I'm hoping that all goes well with coming forward because we need Tank back in 2000.
I believe his name is Wahid Mahmood.
Oh, yes.
Abdul Wahid.
Abdul Wahid. Yes. It means the one.
Right.
It means slave of the one, yeah.
Oh, yes, slave of the one. Yes, big up Aisha. Big up. And Ayaz Mahmood is obviously saying Maxi versus Cambosis. These are some good options, of course. Now, let's get where it gets juicy. Promoter of the year. Aisha, start us off. What are you saying about promoter of the year? I have a clue, but let's see it.
It has to be a combination. It has to be Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn because without the both of them, Day of Reckoning would not have happened. So it has to be together, both of them. So I can't pick one or the others. Joint, I think. That's what I'm going with.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you, Aisha. I'm going to flip the script. I'm going to go with Rico, my brother. And actually, before we go with Rico, we got to big up Palamos Music. He's saying credit to all of you guys for taking up your time and do this for us. Love you all. We love you too, Palamos Music. We do this content.
Love you too.
And Palamos, it sounds like you got a Latin name. Just so you know, I'm Mr. Reggaeton Night. Yeah, to do this for you guys. Yeah, staying at home.
I actually love Raw, man.
Some Latin beats tonight, but
Oranges. Where's your orange shirt, Rico? Where's your orange shirt?
No, I've traded in my orange shirt for a polo. I need to go somewhere where I need to look a little bit decent. You know what I mean? I'm no Asian James Bond, by the way, but I'm trying. I'm trying to go for Cabana Pool Boy.
No, look, I love the look. Who's your promoter of the year, brother?
It will probably be. That's a tough one. In terms of just consistency, I'd have to. You have to give it to. I know, man. Now, do you know what it is? I'm going to give it to my Uncle Frank because one thing about my Uncle Frank this year is he opened his heart and his sharing cap to work with Eddie Hearn on that Day of Reckoning. I know they also work with Dimitri Salita as well. I want to give him a big shout out. That's my guy. And yeah, no, I think Frank Warren, because and it just says a lot about kind of other promotional bodies out there. If Frank and Eddie can come together and do something, there's no excuse for anybody now. Like, there's literally none.
Oh yes, big up Hernan. I agree with you, Rico. That's a great point. So obviously saying, Eddie, thank you so much for joining us. Cuz, who are you going for promoter of the year?
Promoter of the year, I have to go with Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn always delivers. Don't get me wrong, if it weren't for Battle of the Baddest or Day of Reckoning, there wouldn't be nothing. Do you know what I mean? Eddie would have still delivered something. So I would have to go with Eddie. And I do agree with Aisha and Rico. Like, Eddie and Frank, if they work together, they'll be unstoppable. So a big up to both of them.
Okay, once that day of reckoning bread comes in, once that day of reckoning check hits, 2024 co-promotions. I just really want Mr. Shalom to get involved more than he already is, and stop pulling fighters out of purse bids, because that's hurting the sport, and you're not exactly excelling your brand. So that's my 2 cents for Mr. Shalom. Big him up as well.
It's a good 2 cents. So big up to you, my brother, and big up to Lucy as well. Lucy's obviously saying they have reckoned Taylor, Cameron twice, Bam, Sonny, unification. AJ fought 3 times. AJ was very active this year. Got to give Eddie credit for pulling out the stocks to getting these fights happen. And also, Ayaz Mahmood, big up to you. I agree, Aisha, but if you had to choose, it's got to be Frank, not only for the Day of Reckoning, but the Fury and Ngannou event too. No, big up. Thank you so much.
Frank should get it anyway. Frank Warren is the 50 Cent of boxing. He literally got shot, right? Yep. Survived, and has been giving us pleasurable shows ever since. Like, that guy, I really, 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 really want to be like, I want him to be my dad in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, Jay Albie is obviously saying,
Mams Taylor,
crazy. Thank you so much for joining. And Palamos is obviously saying, hold on, Eddie's the boss. Rav Tiani is MC, but AJ wouldn't talk to him. Look, it's just one of those things at the end of the day. So let's have it. Network of the year, guys. Network of the year. Aisha,
I'm going with DAZN on this one. Yeah.
Do you think it's value for me, DAZN, in terms of like your experience as a fan, ordering these events? Do you think it's been value for money this year?
Well, to be honest, I haven't really paid for the things, but like watching it online, like the YouTube videos that they play back and stuff, I just find it really, really useful how they've put that together, all the highlights that they do for the fights that they've already played. So I tend to watch quite a lot of the DAZN sort of playbacks and stuff. I find it really useful. So yeah, that's why I'm picking DAZN, to be honest.
Wow, Cuz, man, what are you saying? What is your network of the year?
DAZN. Because look, I'm paying £20 a month, and value for money. I mean, look, we've had AJ on DAZN twice, non-pay-per-view. We've had Chantel Cameron and Katie Taylor twice, non-pay-per-view. What else? We've had Ryan Garcia and Tank on DAZN.
No, that was a short time. No.
But people, but for those who've got DAZN, they can watch it. It was free for us. Yeah. So DAZN, they've actually delivered. So yeah, DAZN for me.
Ra, what you saying, my brother? What is your network of the year?
I'm going with TNT, and again, purely personal interest. Believe it or not, I'm not a fan of subscription TV. Not just boxing, anything. Netflix, Amazon, you name it. I don't like subscribing because I don't think it's good value, because most of the content you're not going to be interested in. I must be one of the few people that doesn't mind pay-per-view. Yeah, because I think pay for what you want. Yeah, you don't just pay Bukayo Saka just loves to be different. Yeah, man. In a world of automatons, there's room for Ra in this world. So, but yeah, and also, if truth be told, I get TNT as part of my BT mobile phone contract. So,
And there it is. And
There it is.
Yeah.
We've seen it. No, I absolutely love it. Rico, what is your network of the year, brother?
Probably Showtime.
That's why I love you, man. Because that is my network of the year. Honestly, the reason why
They get I hear about the zone, but that Spence Crawford ass whooping was worth every single thing that the zone did. Okay. It literally it gave me so much enjoyment in life. I can't even tell you lot. Like, seriously. The DMs that I was hitting that day. So yeah. We got to Showtime. Hopefully we see you next year.
Oh man, no, you had to just give me a little jab in the belly there. Obviously, I picked you up, but no. For me, it has to be Showtime, and it's such a shame that Showtime is gonna come to its end. Of course, end of an era. Whenever you just hear Jimmy Lennon Jr. just say it's Showtime, that energy, that vibe, I absolutely love it, and I'm quite disappointed that we're not really going to experience that anymore.
Yeah, I'm in the show.
I'm
in the show. Crazy. I've multiplied. Wait, let me come out.
You've multiplied.
Wow.
I don't even know what happened there.
How did you do that?
I don't know. How did you do that?
Isn't he like that agent out of Matrix? The Matrix, who can just replicate himself.
Oh wait, I'm still.
That has to be. I've never ever seen that in podcasting history, man. That's amazing, man. Nah, but Showtime for me has to be, the network of the year, just because of the events. We had Canelo versus Charlo, because of the event, and we've had a few tremendous events as well. But we're getting to the juicy part now. So, who's your prospect of the year, Aisha? Who's your prospect?
You didn't do upset. Do you want to do upset?
Woo! It was kind of that was kind of robbery-ish.
Was that kind of robbery?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
let's do upset.
I've got a different one for upset, and I know other people aren't going to agree with me on this one, but my upset of the year was Taylor Cameron won, and I think that was for a lot of people. But obviously, I know there's several people on this call who it was probably not an upset for. But yeah, that was my one.
Oh, Cuz, who's your upset of the year?
Oh, I'm gonna have to think. Yeah, you're gonna have to come back. I'm trying to think. My mind's gone blank.
How about Raj? Do you want to take over then, brother? What is your upset of the year? Come back to
it was Wood's rematch against Lara, because if you look back at the history of boxing, it's very rare for a fighter to beat someone who just knocked him out in an immediate rematch. So for me, that was upset of the year, especially like you look at their relative ages. Lara's 25, still in his prime. Wood's 35, so you'd have thought he got knocked out once. Yeah, you would have thought the same thing had happened again, but boxing masterclass and got his title back. So yeah, I went with Wood beating Lara in the rematch.
Oh, that's a good one. Yem's talking boxing. Thank you so much for getting involved. He's obviously saying Parker versus Wilder. It's upset of the year. That's a very, very,
that
very,
is for a lot
good
of people, but I think for some of us, we actually predicted that Parker would win anyway. That was our prediction. So for us, it wasn't an upset because we kind of thought that that's what's going to happen anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Rico, what are you saying?
Probably.
Good point.
Very good point. Yeah.
It wasn't an upset, but I just really enjoyed every moment of it. Ebony Bridges versus Yoshida, Japanese warrior. Sensational stuff. every minute of her landing those combos on that woman, just it. I'm there. See, I'm there again. I'm watching it again. Yeah, no,
it was great.
absolutely sensational stuff. And also for, I think she's almost 40, right? Is she not 39 or something?
Who's that?
Yoshida.
Nah, she's 37, I think.
Yeah, I was a year old. But yeah, nah, she, yeah, and see it there, you know. It just makes it all the more impressive, to be honest with you. I knew that would happen, but I didn't think it would be in the way that it was. So, yeah. Now, big up to her, man.
Wow. And Amos is obviously saying upset of the year was, you know.
I know Lucy. Lucy, she banged her up, bro. Like it was mad. She sent her to Misfits. If we're being real about everything, she sent her to Misfits. So. Big up to Yoshida-sama.
Oh, big up to Tateston Trist. Thank you so much for joining us today. Upset of the year has to be Smith Eubank won. Couldn't have seen Smith beating Eubank the way he did. Very good call. Good choice of option there. So big up to you. Cuz, do you think about what your upset of the year is?
Yeah, Joe Joyce and Zhang.
Yeah, I think that was one as well. Definitely.
I wasn't expecting that at all. I literally thought Joe Joyce was going to win the first fight and the second fight, but yeah.
Ooh, you know what? My upset of the year just now, just thinking of it as well. But the story is just tremendous. I wouldn't really say it's an upset, but the team believed they could win, but from the outside looking in, it looked like an uphill task. I'm talking about Jordan Gill versus Michael Conlan in Belfast. I think that fight right there, especially after the first knockdown.
I knew Jordan was going to absolutely destroy Conlan. Conlan just, after getting sent out of the ring the way he did by 12 rounds of pure wood, he's just sensational. So yeah, I feel really bad for Conlan, and you know, it just goes to show when somebody takes your soul like that, you know, you're never the same. So yeah, big up to Michael Conlan though.
No, big up to Michael Conlan and big up to Jordan Gill and big up to Tony Ellis. Look, he confirmed that Bazza did tell us the week before that they were going to win. So they were going to go to Belfast and conquer, and they done it. So no, big up. That was such a tremendous event. And end of the line for Conlan is what Lucy's saying. So that's fair to say, of course, man. But guys, that leads me over to the prospect of the year. Rico, I know you obviously have to go very soon, so we might as well start us off. Who is your prospect of the year? I know you had a couple yesterday, but who's your prospect of the year, though, man?
Moses Situma. I truly believe that young man is going to be the future of the heavyweight division for the next 10 to 12 years, I would say. I genuinely have never seen in human form just death. Do you know what I mean? Just he has a look in his eyes, right, that I've only met maybe 2 or 3 people have, and that's Richard Riakporhe and who's the other one? It'll come to me. But you don't want to fight these guys. On road, anywhere, you just do not. And the thing is with Moses is that there's just so much untapped potential. Frank probably has the next heavyweight champion on his hands, and he knows it, and he doesn't want to make the same mistake that he did with Daniel, which is great. I think big up to Francis Warren. He's actually managing him, and you know, setting the stages after each fight. So yeah, man, that kid. We're gonna be looking back on this in 10 years, and it's I know it's gonna be one of those "I told you so" moments. Like the kid is an assassin.
No, big up to Rico and big up to DB as well. Thank you so much, my brother, for joining us today. Saying what's good, man and sisters. Big up to you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy New Year and whatnot. Big up to you and Happy New Year to you, brother, man. Happy New Year, Ra. What you saying? What's your prospect of the year?
Sorry, not going off key. It's Moses for me as well. Something about teenage sensations that really capture public imagination. I think, in all sports, I've seen like in the tennis with the young lady, was it Radhachani? Yeah, but Moses, having sort of met him a couple of times, I've never come across an 18-year-old so mature. And it's not just that, it's the people in the industry. You got like seasoned pros who say they've sparred with him when he's coming, straight from school. They're going, yeah, this kid's like giving us the work in sparring. That combined with the fact that he's so mentally focused for 18-year-old. He's incredible. He is incredible. I know he's a godly young man as well. He's a good Christian. So I don't think he'll be like Mike Tyson, whose target he's faced.
He's like the perfect heavyweight, right? Everything you're saying is just, I'm like, oh my god, yes.
Yeah, and I think even the physical dimensions. He isn't too big. He's about what a lot of coaches think is the perfect size for a heavyweight, like 6'4", not too big. And yeah, just the blistering hand speed, the talent, it's clearly there. And the mental strength. Yeah, and as iBoxingHub, our mysterious benefactor, saying Basler himself, who's seen him up close sparring. And then Jamie TKV, I know he's been on the show before and said, yeah, that kid, sharpest sparring he's ever had. So I think those things really show. And you know what? People say, he's not going to beat Mike Tyson's record. I think, look, when a kid's that talented, let him go for it. Let him write his name into the history books. Uncle Frank will be able to maneuver the WBO. So he ain't going to go in Usyk or someone like that, but they'll get a vacant belt and, let him write his name in history books. He's that good. So unless he's got a glass chin, which we don't know about yet, or some other flaw, but I think that he's really got what it takes.
Big to you, Ra, man, and thank you so much for that view on Moses Satuma. I definitely think he's my prospect of the year. But obviously, anything blows. Big up to you. Thank you so much for joining us. He's obviously saying, can I give a big shout out to my brother Joe? I'm just gonna say Joe K, because I don't want to butcher the pronunciation of his Ghanaian name, so I'm just gonna say Joe K. 4-0 this year. Tunde Jaye and Nisiad's Hidden Gem. So big up to Joe, and that's a good shout. Because who is your prospect of the year? 5-0 now, sorry, but this year, obviously he learned a lot. Yeah. So, Cuz, who's your prospect of the year?
I'm gonna have to go for Fabio Audley. I think he's. Okay. I believe in the next year or two he will be a world heavyweight champion. I just like his boxing mindset, the way he conducts himself, keeps it very professional, and I think he's hungry. And he loves a challenge. He never backs down from any challenge.
Strange definition for a prospect, though. He's British champ.
Yeah, he is. No,
he's not a prospect.
He's not really a prospect. No, yeah, it's not really a prospect. No, to be fair, it's not really a prospect. But I do kind of see where my cousin's coming from in terms of like him being the next champion. I definitely think that in the next couple years, if not next year, after the belt is separated, he's one of the guys that should be challenging for the belt for sure. Aisha, I know it's a pretty obvious one, but who's your prospect of the year?
Oh, really? You think it's an obvious one? That's interesting. I'm wondering what you're thinking now.
I already gave my one now.
Someone's saying Adam Azim, if he's still a prospect, but Adam Azim's got a European title now, isn't he? So I was going to go for someone who I've actually watched live twice, and she's only had 2 fights, and I think she's great. I think she's going to be brilliant. Fran Hennessy, I want to give her a big shout out. I think she's going to be brilliant. And
wow, good shout. Yeah.
Great shout, Aisha. Great shout. Honestly, there's something about her vibe, the way she just, her energy, she's very, you can feel the aura. of her, you know, especially when she comes to the ring, very bubbly, good on her feet, keen to learn.
Yeah.
You know, she's quite fast. You've seen the combinations as well. And I think she's only going to get better as the years go by as well. So great choice.
Absolutely. I also want to give a quick shout out to the guys from the Brixton gym, obviously. So Oliver Edwards, Samuel SMG Mohammed as well, and our amateur Vivian Parsons, as you know. So all of them are going to do great things in 2024. Obviously, our other pro, Isaac Chamberlain, has already got titles, so he's not in this category. But the other three, yeah, they're going to do amazing things for 2024. So yeah, watch out for them.
Whoa, no, thank you so much, Aisha, for just enlightening the channel. Fran, that's a definitely a big shout. Would have gave the obvious, which is Moses Atuma, but I don't want to kind of explain. The players have obviously done a tremendous job, you know, explaining why they think he's a prospect of the year. But I just think he's got the package, you know. He's beyond his years. He doesn't look like an 18-year-old. He doesn't act like an 18-year-old. He seems like he's quite seasoned in the game. So no, I do love what he's doing. He's a future champion in the making for me. But that goes, obviously, Bukayo Saka is saying the Muhammad Ali from Leicester. So, ooh.
Oh, the young boy, Eddie's
yes.
kid. Yeah, I
Eddie's
interviewed him. I think another interview with him
yes.
the week after. He's an amazing kid, man. God-fearing kid, very respectful, so respectful. Yeah, man. I think British boxing is in good hands, man. From everything that we're saying right now, you know, people like to say that British boxing is dead. Nah, that's not true.
Oh, all right. You know what? I'm gonna flip the script, guys. I'm gonna go straight into the deep end here. Fight of the year. Let's have it. Start us off. Who is your fighter of the year, man? Who's your fighter of the year?
Yeah, I'm not going to be off key with this one. I'm going the obvious choice, Naoya Inoue. I know a lot of people they say it's out of him and Crawford. A lot of people have it the other way around. The way I have it is Crawford is still pound for pound number one because his win over Spence is in the toughest division. But for me, I think there's something about the achievement of being double undisputed in the same year. We're just talking about fighter of the year. It's Inoue. But I do still rate Crawford as the pound for pound number one. But yeah, Inoue, double undisputed. I mean, a lot of people criticize and say, oh, you know, it's two weak divisions. But so
That's
what? There's weak divisions that aren't being unified. So, you know, he did what was necessary. He paid these other champions what they wanted to go over to Japan. So, yeah, fighter of the year for me, Inoue. And there's been no doubts either with any of his wins. It's not like there's been any controversies. He's battered his opponents and has come out clear, undisputed in two divisions. So, yeah, boring result from for me, Inoue.
No, big up to you, Rico. I know you got your jacket on and you're ready to go soon.
I have to say,
you look like, obviously telepathic, man. We're brothers, man. I read your mind. You look like Andre Ward, by the way. You know, there's days where you look like Andre Ward.
And you look like I've had Andre Ward. I've had Ben Whitaker.
Yeah.
I've had look, any light-skinned guy with a couple of curls. I'm that guy. You know.
Go give us your head on fight of the
year. All right, my fighter of the year has to go to Inoue, double undisputed, 2 fights, one after the other. That man cannot be stopped until he goes to 126 pounds, I'm convinced. Or maybe even 130 if he wants to push it like that. But of just the way that he disperses with his opposition is it's poetry. It's poetry in a boxing ring. And the thing is, he's just the nicest guy ever. But inside, he beats you up like you owe him money. Like you've owed him money. Like he just knocks the shit out of you. Listen, crazy. So nah, man, big up to Inoue. Before I go, I will give I don't know which other categories you're doing. But what haven't we done?
Trainer of the year and fight of the year.
Trainer of the year, fight of the year.
Trainer of the year has to be Okay, big up to my guy Bomac, free Bomac. He's free already. And who was the other one?
Fight of the year.
Fight of the year has to go to. It's either Oshaki Foster. I forgot who he fought, or just purely for the knockout, Nakatani. That knockout,
Yes.
he sent through that man's spine. I've never seen somebody. I was scared for that guy. I was so scared for him. Nakatani is a beast. Definitely wouldn't want to fight him or in an alley anytime soon. But yeah, I love you guys. Happy New Year. Thank you to the fans for always supporting us. I will give you guys a shout a little bit later. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show. Much love, guys. I'll see you later.
Bye, Rico.
Big up to you, Rico. See you.
Have a good one.
Wow, so that's it. So we've got his categories done. Cuz fight of the year, who you having as your fight of the year?
Inoue. Don't need to say much, but Inoue. That's it.
Just keeping it short and sweet. I love it, cuz. Aisha.
So everyone's talking about fighter of the year, as in within the ring fighter of the year. And if you're looking just at that, then of course you can't go any further than the person you've said in a way is fighter of the year within the ring. But what I'm looking at is not just within the ring. I'm looking at within and outside of the ring. And for that reason, I'm going to go with AJ. And I know people are going to roll their eyes at me, but there is nobody who is as criticized as AJ. And from coming back from how low he was in the end of last year to how high he is at the end of this year, I have to give it to him. 3 fights, 3 wins, fighting off media, all the negativity around him. There is literally no one else who has to fight so hard outside of the ring than he does. And he's done great inside and outside. Ra, don't look at me like that.
It's not the way I'm looking at you. I saw the way you was looking at AJ. Yeah. The same way Laura Woods, the same way my niece, the same way my sister, every female of every demographic.
Do you blame
the way
me?
they look at AJ.
Have you seen him?
I don't know what that man does to you. He scrambles your senses, and you girls can't think straight. But hey, listen, you like what you like.
What I said is not wrong. Everything I said is not wrong. You can't argue with that. So
I disagree with her. She's explained herself beautifully. Look, I'm actually gonna be different. So my fight of the year is actually one of the guys that I have behind me right now. So I've got Devin Haney. I'm gonna give him fight of the year. The reason why I'm giving him fight of the year is because of the fights that he's had this year. He's had Kambosis, undisputed fight. He's had Lomachenko, undisputed fight. And then he's moved up in weight division and he's fought Progress and he's become the champion as well. So for me, just based on what he's done and the amount of times he's defended his title, I'm just going to go for the dream, Devin Haney, as the fight of the year. Just based on the opponents, what he's achieved, and the fact that he's been able to obviously move up weight divisions and, become champion, which is a 2-weight champion as well. So I know Inoue is the obvious option for everyone. Crawford is the obvious sort of option for people because he's obviously beaten Spence, who is someone in the top 5 in the pound for pound rankings. But for me, I'm going for the Dream, and I think the Dream could have a tremendous year next year. Continues. So that is my fight of the year. So guys, trainer of the year, Aisha, I'm going to start you off as for trainer.
Ben Davidson, definitely. And I would also like to give a shout out to Bomac for what he did with Eubank Jr. on his second fight with Liam Smith. I think it was brilliant. So yeah, and obviously a big shout out to Bobby Mills from Brixton Gym, who's also my trainer. So yeah, 100% Ben Davidson as number 1, and then shout outs to others. Yeah.
Good point from Palomas Music. And by the way, Palomas, are you male or female? Because you seem very sympathetic to Aisha being enamored by AJ.
Big up Palamos, man. He's obviously saying Daniel was in the Lions Den, ripped out the heart of the drug cheat. Don Charles, trainer of the year. No, big up. It's a good point. It's a good point.
Yeah,
Rob,
Don Charles.
Ooh,
Yeah, boring again. Ben Davison, though, for me, it's more about the two Lee Wood fights against Lara. First of all, that throwing in the towel in the first fight, because he got a lot of criticism at the time. People saying, "Oh, let your fighter carry on." Lara's a murderous puncher. You don't want your fighter at the age of 34 taking a shot from Lara when you're still dazed. He saw the danger and saved his career because he, in that moment, he knew, look, we've got a rematch. Can't let him take another shot. Throw the towel in. We'll take the rematch and get it right. So for me, that was exceptional from Ben. And of course, he seems to have got AJ back on form. I still think there's still a lot of questions about AJ. And I am Team AJ all the way. Not for the same reasons as Aisha, but because he's me and him went to the same boxing club. That's all. In case anyone gets funny ideas, but yeah, anyone who can get AJ back on top form again, he's clearly on the right path. And he's bringing other coaches like our man Bazza on. We saw Bazza leading the corner for Jordan Gill. So he's not only a great coach of fighters, he's coaching coaches. So yeah, big up to Ben Davison.
Big up to you, Rob. Thank you so much for that great explanation. And big up to Andrew. Thank you so much for your message. He's obviously saying Happy New Year to the team. 2024 is going to be a big one. Yes, we agree, Andrew. Big up to you. Thank you so much for the love. Cuz, who is your trainer of the year? That's what I want to know.
My trainer of the year will have to be Bomac. Now, Crawford, what he displayed, he was on gear 1. He didn't go on to gear 2 or 3 to beat Errol Spence. Chris Eubank Jr., what he displayed in the rematch, he just tore up Smith. So I'm going to have to give it to Bomac.
Yes, looks like it's unanimous for Bomac, but also big up Bobby Mills as well. Big up, like I just love what he's doing. At the club. So we just obviously have a lot of prospects coming through. Palamos is saying, "Ra, I love you, but not in a funny way. I am a male." So Palamos music is confirming that he's a man. So big up.
I love all of you, male and female.
No, I absolutely love it. Guys, I'm very mindful because it's New Year's Eve. I know that, everyone's got plans and stuff like that. So I kind of want this topic to be the last one. So, guys, I want to throw this over to my cousin, VNG. Fight of the year. What is your fight of the year, cuz, for 2023?
Do you know what? Fight of the year of 2023. I may have answered this question already. I don't know. I would say Francis Ngannou and Fury, because we didn't expect that at all. We didn't expect an MMA guy to knock down the lineal heavyweight champion. And I was shocked. The whole world was shocked. So I'm going to go with Francis Ngannou. That was the fight of the year.
Yeah.
Wow. What an event. What an event. Rob, what is your fight of the year, man?
My fight of the year, this one is off key again, based on my personal investment in it. A small hall show, although it was a big fight domestically, and that was Sam Gilly against Louis Green. I think there's something about when you're right up close to the action, it really, you're more emotionally invested, more so when you sort of have some personal interaction with the fighters. And both men were two of the first guys I ever interviewed when I started. I mean, Sam Gilly, in fact, was the first fighter I ever interviewed when John from TM14 got me into this media game. And Louis Green, his gym was one of the first I visited when I started doing gym visits. In fact, I think it was the first one down at Kent Gloves in Chatham. So that personal relationship and just being that up close to it, hell of a fight. And well worthy of fight of the year in the UK.
Wow, no, big up. Aisha, what is your fight of the year?
Well, I have to pick this one because history was made this year in women's boxing with Amanda Serrano and Ramos, with the first fight being 12 3-minute rounds for women's fighting. And so I have to go with that one. I do love Serrano as a fighter as well, actually. So yeah, love following her journey. So that's the one I'm going with.
Oh, no, big ones, big ones. Before I say mine, I just want to obviously just read through a few comments. Thank you so much, Lucy. She's obviously saying best fight I saw this year, Neri, and I can never pronounce this name right. I'm going to need your assistance.
Hovhannissian, he's Armenian.
Yes, no, big up, big up, big up. Al Heyman, can you bring up the other comments as well for me? Taylor versus Cameron, one probably fight of the year. It was a very, very good fight. Big up, big up, big up. And Ra, I remember your interview with Sam on this channel. Big up Bakaya Saka, always remembers. And look, this show is because of you. One of the reasons. So big up to you.
Yeah, big up all of you.
Yeah, no, big up, big up, big up. Ra, I'm going to leave you to pronounce this name of his. He's obviously saying the nickname.
Hovhannissian's nickname is really cool. Crazy. Big up Lucy. I take it Lucy's based over there in America then. Great to hear from our American fans.
Oh, big up, big up. Yeah, so just before we obviously wrap up the show, of course, obviously Palamos, everyone go enjoy your New Year. Thank you so much for being here, for doing your thing. Look, Palamos, we do this for you guys. We just love the energy. We love the support. And yep, Lucy's confirmed she is from the States, from across the pond. Thank you so much. Love the energy. My fight of the year, in fact, is this is going to be a bit of a tricky one. So it has to be Gil and Conlan. The only reason why it's Gil and Conlan because of the story behind it. The fact that we obviously had Basil on the show. He explained that look, he's going there to win. They went there, got the job done, and look, I'm just really, really, really happy that we got to see a fairy tale story in Belfast. So I think you was there, right? You was there. Was it that event you was there for?
I was indeed. Yeah, I was there.
Yes. Yes.
Greetings, Hakan Johansson. Hakan, hope we see you at one of the events. Come say hi. I know you come over to the UK often. Great to hear from one of the Twitter boxing fans.
Big up, big up, big up. Yes. So this is now coming up to the end, of course, or anything Blows has a last message before I let go. So love the lives. Can't wait for 2024. Happy New Year to you all. Anything Blows. Happy New Year to you too. Keep up with the hard work. We obviously see the work you're doing, especially within the small hall shows, and we're going to see nothing but progress and prosperity for you moving forward. So Aisha, big up to you. You've obviously got your Green Diamond boxing show coming up as well. Will you be able to reveal the guests, or do you want everyone to kind of be surprised and
no, that's fine. We're hoping to get Prince Patel on tomorrow, 7:30 live. So yeah, hoping for that as our first one for 2024. So looking forward to that.
Exciting one. And Ra, you're obviously doing some tremendous work for your channel as well. So also give that platform. We wanted to just give you that platform as well to give that a shout out.
Boxing, as you know, Facebook and YouTube both doing well. As you know, go to the big shows, small hall shows as well. So look out for that. Still trying to get our beloved Mo Pryor, but wish him well. He said he was unwell. Still haven't managed to get him. So let's hope he pulls through and I can get that life story out there. And of course, February I've booked my flights for Fury v Usyk. So hopefully I'll be bringing you guys content from the first undisputed heavyweight fight in 30 years.
Oh wow! The way when you said that, I felt shivers like coming down my spine. Honestly, we've not had a heavyweight champion in so long. So the fact that we're so close, I just hope both fighters has like successful camps, no injuries, no problems. We can just have a smooth fight and let Usyk become the undisputed champion. That would be my dream. No, cuz thank you as always as well, you know, for your contribution as always. We obviously love you. We love the energy. We love you as well, Aisha. We love you too, Ra. We love Rico. We love Al Heyman behind the cameras. And guys, we love you all as well. And 2024, we're going to bring something special to you guys. So just keep supporting, keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing it with your friends. Let a friend know about this podcast as well. And we'll continue to grow and deliver tremendous content. So, guys, I'm going to hand over to my cuz to wrap up. But thank you so much for tuning into the show.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, everyone. You know, we've got over 500 subs. We're growing the channel. I want to wish you all a happy new year. And we shall see you again next week. Peace and love.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year.
It's another bang. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. Light up my card with a sweet one bliss. Someone flicks me a bag, but yeah.